Off to a hot start here today. Douyu Yule Cup 2021 Season 1. We're in Group D, the last group here to be played out. It is SOC against PCG. Korea against China. On paper, this looks pretty one-sided. SOC should be a pretty big favorite here. But we'll see how it works out. Shadow Priest stolen away by PCG. That's a pretty cute play. Stolen from the enemy Merc camp, I think. SOC not going for the Merc camp creep here first. Going up against the Crypt Lord as was to be expected. PCG, by the way, sold his altar and shop. Did you guys see that? Altar and shop. So he's only going to have 4 charges of necromancy for a pretty long time. I usually always feel like it's more effective for the human to go for mercs early, but of course also has the downside of having to use lots of militia time early on. The expo is now crept. SOC is trying to set it up, but he doesn't have level 3 yet. And he doesn't have mercs. This is pretty hard to hold on right here. In this kind of situation, ideally, you would love to have that first Shadow Priest. You would love to have that first Berserker. But here now, SOC has to do it with just Water Elemental, Footman, and the AM. He does have double claws, but he also needs to be careful about impale surrounds. SOC needs to minimize damage here as much as he can, but it's hard to do against so many skeletons, beetles, ghouls, everything. 2 peasants have gone down so far, which isn't the worst yet, especially considering that he didn't have to go for the Merc camp creep earlier, so he saved some lumber time there. That's another peasant going down, and that makes it 4 peasant losses in total. It's gonna be 5, perhaps even 6. Yep, the next impale. Ooh, that's big damage. That is 6 peasants lost now, I believe. That was definitely painful, but SOC got level 3. There's no mana left on the Crypt Lord, so this could be a good window now for SOC to be aggressive. We didn't see the ghoul run by into the main, which oftentimes happens at the same moment as this attack, so that's not something SOC had to worry about. And as you can see from the resources, SOC's lumber is looking really good. Exceptional resource control here by SOC this game. Despite all those peasant losses, his lumber is still looking healthy, which means once the expansion is finished, he can go into the tech to tier 2 pretty quickly. Really good mercenary usage here by PCG as well. Gets another Shadow Priest, another Berserker, and those really help out now against this little bit of AM pressure. The first Shadow Priest actually survived and healed up again, apparently. That's another downside of not going for the Merc camp creep early. Your counterattack potential pretty low if you just have footies and AM. It's not that scary. Footmen at least are surviving. SOC is looking for any kind of damage he can find. Takes out 1 Acolyte here. The double claws coming in really handy. Crypt Lord should be kind of close to level 3 now, as we see another little ghoul run by. Going towards the bottom right. And the tech has started for PCG already. Same for SOC. But yeah, mining at the expansion stopped for now. And the Crypt Lord only 1 kill away from level 3, which makes him a lot stronger with those level 2 beetles, of course. Oh, the tower would also give him level 3. And of course, with the tower being gone, now the beetles can be very effective. And starting to be pretty painful here for SOC, not having those mercenaries. Perhaps he is regretting now going for this opening creep route. Militia coming in from the main again. Water Elemental is getting dispelled over and over. These double Shadow Priests have been doing really well for PCG. Oh, but now he's losing overview and loses track of the ghouls in the south. That's another 3 ghouls taken out for SOC, who still has a couple of healthy footmen, a few militia, but mostly it's up to the AM here to defend. Should be working out though. Seems like most of this attack is now deflected. Of course, the mercenaries also give good experience. Shadow Priest, easy to take out. And the Berserker counts as a 4 supply unit, or a level 4 unit anyways. So that's 85 experience. AM wants that last hit. With the boots and the claws, should get it. Boom, is that level 4? Oof, almost. People at the expansion still harassing. Alter remade at the expansion. Somehow the Murlocs get involved. A little bit of tower creeping here. Good old Reign of Chaos days. The big benefit, of course, of not going for the Merc camp early is that it's going to be left later on for the MK to creep. If you go for the Merc camp with your AM at the beginning, MK can oftentimes have a tough time finding any kind of leveling progress. So that is the big upside of not going for the Merc camp creep, in addition to having a little bit healthier of a lumber economy early on. Wait, did he make 2 altars? He did. Probably made one in the main, forgot about it, made another altar at the expansion. Happens. Happens to the best of them. It's only 180 gold, not all that much in the grand scheme of things. Good water elemental scouting here, finds out where the crypt lord is. And Sok, running across the map, seems to want to push into the enemy main while the unit is on its way to tier 3. Sok realizing with him being on tier 3 and his tech having been fast, very likely the unit is on his way there as well. And that one slaughterhouse right there could definitely get cancelled. And that is, by the way, the only slaughterhouse. DK about to come out. He's going to help in this defense. There's a lot of ghouls back here. Narrow tower. These footmen are going to have a tough time being effective, but I still like this play by Sok. He's trying to get value out of the footies while he still can. Once the unit is tier 3, the footmen will have lost all usefulness. So trading them out now for fiends, for acolytes, for ghouls, I think is a good play. While Sok is macroing up behind. MK joining the party now. But with the beetles and 5 fiends here, it's hard to find any kind of damage for Sok. Got a second Regent Scroll, that's pretty cool. And he's going double Sanctum for priests and breakers. I like that, I think that's the most reliable style against undead. I'm missing the workshop though. I think he's gonna need a workshop and at least a couple of gyros. PCG, despite the fact that Sok didn't have mercs here this entire game, hasn't been able to take control of this map as much as we've seen some other undeads do in the past. That doesn't mean he's in a bad spot. I think this game is pretty even, but it's a good situation for the human. Normally you're getting pressured by the Crypt Lord. You're having a really tough time finally coming online. Once you do get to 80 supply, knights, gyros, breakers, all that, then the human becomes strong, but keeping the game even until that point, that is normally the big difficulty. No dispel yet for the priests. That would be tremendously helpful against these beetles, but I'm sure it's going to be coming in soon, of course, with the double Sanctum. Should be accomplished before long. But we can see a lot of experience here that Sok is giving away to the opponent with the DK already reaching level 2. That was pretty quick. This Mountain King doesn't have much experience yet at all, but it seems like Sok wants to change that. Pretty cool how he used the Water Elemental there in the south for distraction and immediately heads north. Very efficient movement by Sok, and now wants to creep the marketplace. Has to do it with the AM, so he has to give up a little bit of experience. Can't get it all solo to the MK because his army just isn't quite big enough yet. Again, the human problem is your tier 3 comes online pretty late. Your powerful army reveals itself kind of late. Whereas the undead, once he has a stat queue, a couple of fiends, and the beetles that he always has, he's pretty strong, he can creep really fast. The human has to be a little more detailed in his creep routes, in his attack. But he's starting to get there. Sok is starting to reach all these upgrades. Gyro's coming. Inner Fire already queued. Paladin is out. Orb of Fire would be a big addition. Staff could help a lot. And Sok, I think he's going for those items now. Seems like he just bought the Orb of Fire, maybe also the Staff. BCG wants to creep a little bit of experience away here from the opponent. DK getting focused right away. But again, Sok's army isn't quite online yet. He's trying to threaten these fiends a little at least. Does have the Scout Gyro for the detection. That's pretty good. And now we can see the damage starting to add up. With Stormbolt, with Orb of Fire, with Knights starting to come in. Gyro gets taken out, but it's also 2 fiends going down. And I think Sok only lost a single flying machine right there. Oh, but that Impale hurts. Impale doesn't land on the Knight because ensnared targets can't get impaled, which is kind of interesting. Paladin now in real trouble. Nova right clicks. He seems to be dead. Indeed he is. Inner Fire wasn't quite good enough there to protect him. AM now needs to be very careful. The next Nova could be his end. Oof. TP away. Dodges the coil. Just barely surviving. Sok under pressure. But he got some return kills there as well. The Knights funneling in. Sok has to try to not feed these away into the undead army. That Knight, unfortunately, gifted to PCG. Oh, no way. Is he going to survive? Oh my god. 2 HP Knight. And instead now it's the Fiends going down. But the DK gets another kill there on the Breaker. That's level 3. That is a very, very desperately needed level 2 coil. But DK now completely out of mana. Sok bringing in a few militia. He wants to take control of this area of the map. He needs these creeps, he needs these camps to level up his MK and Paladin. Paladin's still not back, and Paladin is missing out on a lot of experience over here. Which sort of also has its own upside for Sok. He's getting very close to AM5, very close to MK3. Oh, the Knight. The Knight, can he make it back home? Saving Private Ryan. He lost 4 brothers in the war already. Bring me home, Tom Hanks. Alright. Seems like Sok is finally stabilized and finally has all of his tier 3 coming online. But PCG wasn't just twiddling his thumbs in the meantime. He upgraded his Fiends heavily, if I saw that right. I think they're on 3-0 already, which is really good. But Sok hitting level 3 and 2 is also very, very powerful level ups. For him, we have level 2 for the Lich as well. And seems like still a very even game. Experience-wise, we are very, very close between the 2 players here. And Sok still creeping, macroing up, inching closer and closer to that 80 supply. Human always wants to get that 80 supply if they can. They have a very powerful army in the late game if they do get there. Priest Master Training, Sorceress Master Training, upgraded Knights, high-level heroes, all very powerful. But of course the undead will also get stronger by the minute. We have the Z-Slout coming in, A-Bombs soon to join. No Banshees yet, and that's going to start becoming a problem. Not having Anti-Magic Shell, not having Curse. Although Curse, I guess, is not as reliable against Breakers. Peasants taking a beating over here. A lot of peasants going down, but also a lot of mana drained out of the undead. The Crypt Lord now has absolutely no mana left. Awkward position for Sok. He can't quite reach with the Knights. He was getting blocked there by the DK and the Crypt Lord, but now he can connect, gets to the Fiends. Always a little militia flank coming in from the main. That's also very well done. Whew, and that Crypt Lord gets out on around 100 HP. That was very, very close. Would have been a big kill for Sok. Doesn't quite get it. That was certainly a little painful for Sok in the economy. But he still has enough peasants to continue full mining at the expansion. Maybe lumber is going to turn out a little problematic later on. But at the moment, Sok's lumber is looking great. 800 lumber, so I think he should be pretty much set as far as lumber goes. Really great economic game here by Sok. Managing his resources super well and knowing also, beyond just knowing what to do with his resources, also knows where to be with his army, when to attack, when to creep, what to contest, what to give up. Very smart game by Sok, I think. I'm always critical of the creep route without mercenaries early on. I think it can turn into a big problem. But Sok, man, very impressive. Managed to get out of this early game very well, even without mercs. Big attack coming in. This is kind of the third or fourth attack that PCG has started. Sok has been playing very passive, has hardly started any kind of engagement. And the first kill will go to the Undead. Breaker going down. But the Crypt Lord again, very low mana. He has a mana potion. One Impale is going to be available. He uses it there. A few gyros getting taken out, but only one destroyer up in the air, so anti-air not so desperately needed right now. MK in the front line with a clap, very effective and so important that the Paladin has level 3, and the Paladin is forcing a lot of attention onto himself. He's getting attacked by a couple of ghouls and A-bomb over there, but he seems to be able to soak up all of that damage without too many problems. 66 supply remaining for the Undead, but quickly dropping, especially now that the ghouls are getting attacked. MK again finds its way into the back with the clap, doing a good job. Sok's army sort of dwindling, especially the front line. Breakers are gone for the most part, but AM now hits level 5. Is he going Aura or Elemental? Both would be really good. Destroyers, by the way, still up in the air. The gyros have been almost all taken out. Ooh, another Impale comes in. That was a big one. Going for the Pally now. He doesn't have Divine Shield. That could be his end. He went for the Aura, which is pretty risky, but the Paladin survives. And the MK still chasing a little bit further. There's going to be a Stormbolt available in a second, but the MK also needs to be careful here himself. Great positioning on the Paladin. In range for the Holy Light, but not too far forward to get sniped. So going to fall back next to his shop. Clarity running. Maybe a few potions. Needs more knights from the main. Supply-wise, I think we're pretty even. 65 against the Undeads. I don't know how much. Takes out another knight. Level 4 for the DK. Big upgrade right there. We have frag shards coming in soon. Mortars to join. So it's a knight traded for a fiend. Similar in terms of resources. And this Crypt Lord is definitely out of mana now, so no more Impales to fear. Sok probably knows about this and brings the peasants in right at that time, when there's no Impale anymore. That's really cool. They can't get punished by Impale that hard then. By Nova, yes, but Sok is finding more kills. And again, not overextending, falling back. The MK's out of mana. It's going to make finding more kills for Sok very difficult. PCG brought all the ghouls earlier. He has no lumber left. Maybe he has 0 ghouls in the main. We're not exactly sure. Continuously burning mana on the Crypt Lord with the breakers as well, so he doesn't get back to Impale mana. That's pretty cool. Gonna force the TP out. One more clap from the MK. The Knight. Oh, the Knight goes down there, unfortunately, towards the end. Could have saved him, either with a staff or with a Holy Light, but we don't want to be too critical. This is certainly a really good game by Sok. He's been holding on, getting more upgrades, getting more power spikes, getting stronger and stronger. This might be the first time now for Sok to run across the map himself. MK very close to level 4. It's a big level up for him. I don't even know if he has Clap 2 or Stormbolt 2. Sok is gonna hold back a little bit longer. Wants to get back up to that 80 supply. Where PCG almost is already. And he doesn't have many ghouls left from what we last saw. So this is 80 supply and mostly army supply. Sok's got a heal scroll. But no TP. It's always a danger on the AM. AM is stacked to the gills with damage, with claws and orb. But not much in the way of protection. In we go. Oh, the impale here could be crazy! Oof! But PCG is falling back. Can't punish that positioning against the impale too much. Stormbolt on the Lich. Lots of damage towards him, and he's just dead! Transfer to TP, or some item. I didn't exactly see what it was, but I couldn't use it in time. Once the knights are upon you, and the Holy Light Stormbolt comes in, once human reaches this state, then it can start to get very difficult for the undead. Great job by Sok staying alive until this point, and now it seems like he may have the stronger army. Feeling even strong enough to fight onto Blight. With the Lich dead, it's very tempting now to try to capitalize. But even without the Lich, this army has some decent damage. And the gyros up in the air are, the destroyers I mean, are not getting dealt with too effectively. More destroyers being morphed. Perhaps Sok should fall back for more gyros, but no, he wants to find more kills. Wants to get more experience. Sok is losing a lot of army here though, it seems. Knights almost all gone. Only 2 breakers left. But he wants to find some more kills while he still has mana. MK has 1 Stormbolt ready. Gonna go for the hero kill. DK and Cryptlord both still fairly healthy. No shop at the expansion. Definitely a mistake by PCG. He should have set up a shop here a while ago. But of course hard to do everything right and keep everything in mind in a hectic game where you're playing against a world-class player. And now, forced to TP back to the main base. PCG gave up his expansion for a little while. Is that gonna lead to a kill of, well, yeah. Kill of everything, I guess. Unsummoning the entire expansion. Sok seems to have done it. That is gonna be Tavern revived. Oh, but he doesn't have the supply! PCG supply stuck 60 out of 60. He's got 1200 gold. But he can't spend it. Would love to see the Cryptod experience as well. He might be close to the ult. Oh, but this is slowing down PCG by so much. He needed to get the Lich back quickly, have a really good fight, get more experience, get more levels, and then reclaim the expansion. Then maybe this game was still winnable. But now, unable to get the Lich back for such a long time, just gives all the control in the world to Sok. He's even going to get the last big camp of the map. Trying to get closer to MK5. I don't think he's very close, but he's inching closer little by little. Even the Pal is level 4 already. 5, 4 levels. Amazing for Sok. 78 supply. Knights, gyros, priests, breakers. It seems to be one of the strongest armies that human can go for. No Sorks yet, as Sok wasn't able to gain complete air superiority. But once the destroyers are taken out, I'm sure Sorks would be coming in. But this might be the last fight. Can't even see the Mountain King. Where is he? Ah, next to the Crypt Lord. Another clap comes through, and it's just numbers overwhelming at this point. All the gyros getting taken out. Level 6, level 5. Sok with now unbeatable heroes at this point in the game against what PCG has left. And this first map will go to the Korean human player. Crypt Lord gets level 6. Do we see the celebration ult towards the end? No. The GG is called first, and Sok gets the win. Had to work for it, though. That was not easy. He was definitely under pressure there for a long time. I liked Sok's different approach, willingly ignoring the Merc camp for a long time, preferring rather to have a clean game with AM and defending as much as he could, just with footies and water elementals and so on, having a bit healthier of a lumber economy early because of not going for the Merc camp. But, and here comes the Remo critical but, I still think going for the Merc camp is the stronger strategy overall, especially because of your counterattack potential, which was really limited in that game. But Sok played a great game early on, knowing where to attack, when to creep, when to fall back, what to give up, what to contest. Good micro, solid play, And he could trust in his late game human army and his fundamentals to pull him through. A couple of mistakes by PCG, not having the shop at the expansion, for example. I think he could have pressured more in the early game, considering especially that there was no mercs on the human side. And of course the neck breaker was the Lich loss. Once you have your hero out of position like that, and if you don't pull off the item transfer very, very well, then the game can end right there. But kudos to Sok for, you know, playing with his, how they say it in AMA, with his back on the mat, basically just defending, and waiting for his opportunity. Mom spaghetti. And then he got the win. Sok, like most humans out there, has been struggling against Crypt Lord for a good amount of time. But that was definitely a solid performance. Wait. Gonna go into the map 2 here in just a second. It's so warm in here, you guys. Don't even have the radiator on. Summer is coming, apparently. Right. Here we go. Map 2 between Sok and PCG. The Korean here with the lead, as we sort of expected. On paper, he seems to be the big favorite. Thank you, Ciao Vernasa, with a 3-month resub. PCG not going back to DK Fiends. I talked about this yesterday. It seems like Happy is really the only undead in the world who still plays DK Fiends against human. Which is kind of crazy, but also kind of fitting because of how singular of an amazing player Happy is. Oops. Oh, damn. Do we have a new copy pasta? Alright, in this somewhat slow early game, let's read this copy pasta. What do we got? Who's Remo? Are you kidding me? When was the last time you saw a caster with such an ability and wording with his sidekick Neo? Remo puts the game in another level, and we will be blessed if we ever see another caster with his skill, passion, sexual drive, endurance, stamina, the whole 9 yards. Bidu breaks records, Carson breaks records, Neo breaks records, but Remo breaks the rules. You keep your statistics, I prefer the magic. I like the throwback to the Chechi meme, definitely inspired by that. I was earlier on Hitman's stream, and Hitman was getting a cute little copy pasta as well. I wonder if it's the same person. Now, also providing us with a copy pasta here. Okay, Mr. Chinese Observer, please turn off ICQ. It's kind of weird. Sort of weird, like Sok's build here. What is this? It's green camp into aggression right away. AM doesn't have level 2 yet, but also PCG doesn't have an expansion. I think he got kind of caught by surprise with his super aggressive play, and so did I. Expo's coming up now. Sok would love to just have one more kill for the level 2. Oh, he's diving pretty deep with these footmen here. This may cost him the TP. Crypto does have level 2, but no impale mana. Oh, nice vanilla surround. Traps the AM. And that is the TP. Very surprised that Sok is deciding to go for the strategy here on this map. Isn't this risky? What if PCG just defends perfectly against this pressure? Aren't you going to be really far behind in the mid game? I would assume when you feel that you're the stronger player, which Sok shouldn't you play it as safe as possible and rely on your fundamentals to carry you through? I don't know. Maybe you want to try something different? The Expo cancel was certainly impactful. But now that the Nerub is up and the AM doesn't have a TP anymore, it's very dangerous to go over there again. Alright, finally AM level 2. Could summon another water elemental. A lot of ghouls moving out from the main. Oh, here's the Impale. Ooh, is that a surround? Can he close it? Oh, panic, panic, panic. Oh my god. I would have lost that AM 100% of the time. Sok still needs to be careful about this surround. Remember, he doesn't have a TP. Oof. He's making us sweat. That is a lot of ghouls coming in. That could be a rifle surround. Oh my god, he's just barely missing these surrounds. Ooh, stressful game by Sok, but look at the composure by the Korean. He's not just right-click running away with everything, he's also returning a bit of damage where he can. The ghouls and the footies and the water elemental attacking the beetles, attacking the ghouls. I think he killed 1 or 2 ghouls right there. And magically, Sok lost nothing. I don't know how that's even possible. Outside of the TP. MK should be coming out any second now. There he is. First attack upgrade. ICQ is coming back? I don't know about that, Chief. I think the time of ICQ is over. Sok. He's just gonna go all in push, I guess? If he's gonna do that, I would love to see a proxy workshop, maybe. We do have the blacksmith now. And Sok almost has 50 supply. Not the most impressive levels that I've ever seen, though. Tier 2 is going to finish soon for PCG. He's going to get the graveyard up. And once he's got fiends, it's going to be much easier to hold on here. Oh shit, there's the proxy workshop. I called it! Yesterday, 15 Sway eliminated Side with a pressure play against Cryptlord twice. And here Sok manages to do it again. I'm not sure if these kind of strats would work against 1-2-0 and Infi, but seems to be going fairly well so far. Cryptlord, importantly, is still not level 3. Neither is the AM, I guess. But yeah, levels pretty low across the board. Even a tower coming up over there. Kind of cute. Sok still sitting at 50. Oh, and the Merc Camp gets involved. All the humans are like, that's what you get. That's what you get. Take a taste of that poison. How many times have you pulled the Merc Camp into my poor, poor peasants? And now the towers are attacking the creeps. They are re-aggroing. Oh, it's a weird moment. And if PCG engages this camp, of course, Sok's gonna come in. The more teams are already attacking the towers. The one Nerub seems to be pretty close to falling. Tier 2 is finished. Oh my god, PCG is in all sorts of trouble. He's finally gonna get the last hit. And level 3, thank goodness. Big item for him is the Lion Horn, which is very good. MK goes forward with the clap, connects big time. Only level 1 clap though, not that powerful yet. Still pressure on Sok. He can see the numbers of the undead, and the numbers are pretty crazy. So many ghouls, so many beetles. This attack pretty much has to win within the next 2 minutes. Or at least kill the expansion within the next 2 minutes. If not, Sok's gonna be in trouble. But look at that, man. He can kite back around the trees, and he can kite back to the single arcane tower. How cool is that? That is amazing. PCG, lots of gold, but supply blocked. He lost the ziggurat, didn't remake it in the main. A little bit too much stress for the undead here to macro everything perfectly. Sock now in upkeep. I'm not sure if he lost a single rifle yet this game. He may have lost a footy or two, but Sock has lost barely anything. Insane efficiency by the human. The Arcane Tower is going to fall here at some point, but it did its job. Crypto drained. Here's level 4. He has a mana potion as well. One Impale is going to be ready in a second. Some footies are going down, but again, Rifle's still alive. Priests stay alive, and they can always despool against these beetles. 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 I like beetles. So, okay. Alright, Remo. Stop it. Rifle numbers starting to increase, but also DK is going to be joining in soon. A statue would be a great addition for PCG. These mana potions with the Impale also pretty effective. MK got level 3. Ooh, a lot of damage towards the Crippy Crip. There's a shop down there. He's going to need to use it. And the double mortar team takes out the narrow tower. That's going to make forcing a fight here in the expansion a lot easier. And again, PCG TP's out. Unsummoned everything is going to get decent money back here, but the expansion is dropped. Which is what Sock needed to achieve. He achieved it. Just a baller. Whatever he's trying, it's working. Sock, what a player. 4 for the AM. Now he's got the levels. PCG seems to be completely out of lumber, so no tier 3 for him. He's also stuck on 9 acolytes, which is more than you need. In case you guys didn't know, on one base. Oh, Mountain King though. Look at those cheeky towers. Sock. You absolute baller. Just placing random Arcane Towers across the map. Hell yeah. Why not? Try it out. Three mortar teams. Very good damage. I imagine they should be 2-0 upgraded. Look at the Arcane Towers. Look at those Arcane Towers, boys. How sick is that? Ultra killed. That means no tier 3 tech available. Of course, we know that there's not enough lumber for that anyways. But then again, I guess he was just starting to have enough lumber. Oh, and now the Crypt Lord, he sees the coil is on cooldown. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. Anyways, the Crypt Lord is dead. The GG is called. The game is over, and Sock is the winner with a great performance. Indeed.